6 years of doing ASMR. Ramble here today. I meant to do this, and I completely forgot about it. I was going to talk about like my 6 years of doing this specifically on YouTube. Back when that anniversary passed, that would have been September 5th. So it hasn't been that long, actually. I'm thinking it's October. God almighty. It's been like less than 3 weeks. Or just about 3 weeks. It's crazy. It's been that long already. I remember, I've talked about this previously, but in other videos, how I came about it and shit like that. I won't go into those, details again, but I found a channel that was related. I was looking for a channel that was related to video games, and they had an ASMR channel. I clicked, what the fuck is this? And then I was like, oh shit. Because like most everyone, you had your moments. I always have been, certain voices will always do it for me, and I had that even back when I was doing, I'm just gonna fuck with this real quick. Oh, wait. Ugh. When I was doing, my video game vids back in the day, I would watch other people's videos, and certain ones I would repeatedly watch, certain parts where I'd like the sound of the games coming off a shelf and shit. That sounded awful. I don't know what the hell that was. I just came out of my throat. But that was really, it was that, people's voices and stuff, and I always liked people's voices for, ages and shit. So for a long time, I used to do that, I talk to certain people on the phone or something to be the same way, You get tingles or whatever. And I relayed one of my own personal stories of one, like, actually in public, how I used to have a flip camera. And that's how I used to record my videos. Back in the day, like, my other channel. And I would have it just in my pocket, because occasionally if I go somewhere, I would film like a walk video, because I used to put up walk videos on another channel. And I don't know, somehow I was at the doctor's office, and this thing, I might have been reaching in my pocket for something else and hit I don't know how the fuck this happened, but I like got out of there, and I was like, what the fuck? It was like I was out of space, because it only would do like 2 hours or some shit, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I listened back, because I remember like the one nurse came in and was taking blood and some other stuff. A lot of stuff, and she had a nice voice, and I went back and listened to it. Holy shit. So I remember putting that on. I still have it on an old hard drive. It was only like certain things she would say and stuff, and so I think that's how it is with a lot of people. It's very hard to find like a perfect video for tingles throughout. At least it is for me. I'll find myself watching people's videos, and there's a few that are just all the way through, and then there's other ones where I'm like, oh, I like this 2 minutes. I keep going back and back and stuff. But it's been a fun ride so far. Like I said, when I first started making the vids, it was like, I was like, this is fucking weird. I admit it. In some cases, it still kind of is, and I don't say weird in a negative way. It's absolutely different, and people do all types of crazy videos with them, myself included. I mean, I guess you could. It's funny, you could like label almost anything as ASMR, unless it's like someone screeching and making really awful noises, or you could label nothing as it. Like, it's funny because I've gotten those comments in the past. What is this? Is an ASMR or whatever? And maybe in some instances you might not consider, but some people might. So I don't know. But it was a long. When I first doing it, I was like, holy shit, this is kind of weird. It took me a while to kind of adjust. Especially like going into role plays immediately. I didn't do that. I think my first role play might have been a bookstore role play. And then, I would do the video game store role plays, and then, you got more confident. Like, I had no problem putting my face on camera, because I'd already been doing that since 2009. I think on my old channel, it took me maybe like 4 or 5 videos. I'm like, oh, fuck it, I'm just showing my face. So I was like, I'll just, I have no problem doing these. Obviously, some videos you don't see my face, but 90% of them you do. And I was just like, oh shit, this is fine, but certain things, even the gum, I didn't do gum chewing in my videos, and this probably fucking affected me in terms of growth early on, because, you know, I'll talk about, like, my struggles of gaining subs and stuff, and bouncing back and forth, and then going on runs and shit, you know, and getting to where I'm at now. But, you know, early on, it took me 4 months, I think. I started September 5th, and it took me to the end of December. I think literally December 31st, I had 100 subs. And I got a boost because I put on a cranial nerve exam roleplay in, like, December, and that did well. And then I really struggled again, and, you know, I'm fucking absolutely grateful for having over 10,000 subs right now. I truly am. I'm not going to sit here and pretend I'm not. I understand some people struggle and can't get past it, and no matter what you do, it's hard to jump past that. And I was struggling for a while into 17. I was at, like, 2017, like June. I was like 2 something. I put up another cranial nerve exam video in July, and that one took off as well. In my first year, I ended up with like 400 some subs, and then I did better in my second. And I was like, a lot of people would say it in comments too, not like this, but they would talk about, oh, I just keep grinding and stuff. I was like, I still am the definition of just grinding out fucking videos, you know. And I used to equate it to, like, trudging through. Like, I'd be like trudging through, slowly picking up subs and views, and then I'd pick up my pace would pick up, you know. And I went on a better pace. And then I got a shout out from the ASMR bro early on, and this was when he was maybe at like 7,000. He exploded. He does some of the best eating videos you're gonna see on the platform, honestly. He eats a ton of shit too. I'm like jealous, but also like, oh my god. But he gave me a shout out, and I picked up subs there. This was pushing me closer to 4,000. This was like the end of 2019. It was like a month before we moved here, and then you know, I started to consistently do better, but I was still, like, in my mind, I was like, okay, you know, what can I do? Because you always feel like anybody does this, no matter what your count, and sometimes it's even worse when you're lower. And and sometimes I will say this is kind of, you know, stupid as it sounds. Sometimes a shout out it's not a bad thing. Obviously, I've shouted out people in the past, and been shouted. I'm not gonna call it a bad thing, but sometimes if some, like, a bigger channel shouts you out and you pull in whatever you pull in, say you get lucky, you get a couple hundred subs. Unfortunately, a lot of those subs are like, oh shit, you know, this person they love is recommended this person, then they go to them, they chill for a little bit, and they're like, ah, fuck it, I'm not into it. So and everybody has dead subs on their channel, and people just don't watch. I mean, I'm guilty of that too, of people I'm sub to, and I'm sure plenty of people sub to me do not watch my shit and haven't in years, you know. But it's kind of like, sometimes those subs go away. Like, I like when I went on that fucking run, and that came out of nowhere this year. The end of March, all of a sudden, something clicked, right? I got pushed into the recommendations. Thank you, YouTube. And I started doing really well. I did like 3,000 subs in 4 months. It was like 800, 7, 7. Oh, between April and July, and then August, I got like 2 something, and now I'm going to be lower than that. This month I've also not put up a few videos, but on certain days I put up a few videos. And then I'm not going to complain. 269 subs in a month, 200, it's still fucking great. But for me, and I can only talk from my personal experience on YouTube, you know, and I can go in the sections I was at. But in your mind, I'm like, oh shit, this run's gonna, I always knew it would drop. But it dropped so quickly, and I was like, fuck, because in your mind, I think everybody does this. If you're a content creator and you're consistently putting up videos, I should say, right? You start to, like, higher or lower your expectations. So all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I can get to this, and all of a sudden the bottom falls out, you know? And you have to, like, reassess your expectations or whatever, which I've done again. I've learned to not be, like, naive on that shit though anymore, and understand that it could happen. You know, I got lucky for 4 months, and I didn't get, like, some people, you know, will go from 1,000 subs to fucking 100,000 in 6 months. You know, I'm very grateful that I hit the recommendation recommendations list for a little bit because it pushed me towards 10. And that was a massive goal, you know. But I think you become a kind of a slave to the analytics. You're constantly looking at them. And I'm guilty of this a good amount. Like, I'm constantly looking, like, even I'm at work, I'm fucking, like, at lunch, I'm popping on the thing, you know, or if I just have a quick minute, I go to the bathroom, like, oh, let me see if I've got gained a sub or what this video is doing. You know, if do I have any comments? And you start to then, like, oh, shit, like, oh, my God, my views went down, or whatever went down. Fuck, but I know there's a reason. If I don't get videos up every day, it affects me, and sometimes it sucks because I feel like I have to put up videos every day just to keep this view count up, and I don't know why, you know, I just obsess over the view count or something, you know. And part of it can have to do with, you know, you trying to get as much from your monetization as possible, of course, you know. But I need to learn that, hey, I don't need to fucking rely on it at the moment, so I don't need to go nuts. If I want to take 2 or 3 days, just take them, you know. Sometimes I say that, but I'm also like, you know what, I'm in a groove, I'm going to keep going, it's not affecting me. But I might get a little better with that. It's gonna pull it back a little bit. I'm not saying pull it back from fucking high 20s videos to fucking 12 or some shit. Maybe I do 3-4 less videos a month. But the cool thing about it too is, you know, I've met cool people. You know, I've talked to a lot of you on Instagram. You know, I always reply in the comments. I have missed some comments. I admit, like, some comments weren't popping up recently, and I was able to find them by going to newest first on the actual thing, because they would pop up in the notification, but they wouldn't be there for me to reply to. Else is weird. You know, but I like communicating with everybody. I like talking to, you know, if any of you do follow me on Instagram, you can always send me a message on there. I'd say on the Vita. I have some people on the Vita, but I haven't turned that thing on in a while. Some people have sent me a message on the Xbox One as well. I've gone back and forth with a few people on Twitter. I popped back on Twitter a few years ago, and to that as well. But you know, it's been a fun ride. You know, like I said, I got to do the shady vids and kind of be a little creative with stuff. I think I do pretty well with the creative videos. I know my production's not fucking, you know, it's average. I got the good mic, cameras. You know, this is fine, but it's not state of the art shit. And I know a lot of people don't like that anyway. You know, like, fuck it. I always am going to be natural in myself and just talk about what I'm talking about, and have fun making role plays and things that interest me and shit, you know. I'm not going to act on my channel like I'm better than anybody or anything like that. I'm just going to make videos and act like I would act if I was around friends and stuff like that. I mean, well, you know what, I'm actually a little bit sicker and weirder in real life, but in terms of like humor and stuff, I'm going to let that completely get out. But it's nice to be creative. It's nice to get a lot of creative stuff in there. The shady videos. I got another shady story I want to do. I want to do it down there because it's specific to down there, but I'll make it seem like I was down there and I came back with information or whatever. I'll probably do that during the week. I need to get back in the role plays. I know sometimes it's tough. There's a little more effort to take, and it's not like a huge setup, but you know, I gotta get props out and get into the mind. You have to be into a mindset. You have to be in the mindset to do a role play video. You can't, like, if you want to just pop it on and ramble, it's easy to do a role play. I think you have to be committed to it for it to come across at least somewhat natural. It's never gonna be fully natural. I think that's my problem sometimes. Like, I'll be doing a role play and I'll be like, wait, no, this doesn't make sense. It's like, no one's gonna give a fuck, you know? Like, no, the doctor wouldn't say that, you know? Like, that wouldn't happen in a supermarket, you know, shit like that. And it's always fun, like, watching. You know, this sucks. I just do not watch a lot anymore, honestly. It's maybe because I'm making so many videos or I'm working and shit. I do find myself watching a lot of my favorites or liked videos repeatedly because I like them. That's what you know, I watch a lot of. But, you know, I've watched a lot of great videos, and you see a lot of unique, just great ideas from people on here, you know. You're just like, holy shit, yeah, that's awesome, you know. But it's been fun. There's been ups and downs for me in terms of, like, you know, there's a point where, you know, I wasn't getting anything done, and you know, I want to start another I was just like, I don't want to fucking deal with this. I'm just gonna focus on this channel now. Now, hopefully November 1st, I get the video game channel up. And I was thinking about this the other day too. I almost want to do it too because I can take video game shit and have it on that channel and almost be more motivated too because the focus is just video game related stuff, so I know what I'm doing and I can just go boom, 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 boom. Sometimes on this channel I feel like I gotta keep it varied. Sometimes I fall into a pitfall. I've done too many rambles, or there's too many video game related things, or too many drink reviews. And all of a sudden I pull away from role plays, or other like the word search. I didn't do a word. Certain videos end up getting neglected for a bit. Now, if I go into the video game channel knowing it's only video game related shit, it's easier to just do that focus and not concern myself with like, oh, somebody's let down because I didn't do this. That's why I try to keep it as varied as possible because I know not everybody likes different things. People like certain things and whatever. It's been a fun time though. I can't believe like September 5th, 2016, and now whatever it is now, the 25th of September, 2022. As you get older, and I sometimes in my mind, I'm like, how long would I do this for? As long as YouTube's a platform and people actually do watch, I would go. I would honestly probably go another 10 fucking years. But we'll see. I'm going strong still, which is good. And, I hope I get another boost at some point. Or if I just keep kind of moving along my pace, that's great. But like I said, I think everybody has a thing in their mindset. Like, I would never expect to get fucking massive. I'm not expecting 100,000 subs. You have your own goals in mind. It's like, oh, can I reach like 25,000 subs by this point and shit? I don't know. Maybe I can. Maybe I can. But it's not all about that either. I like putting up the vids. I like chatting with people, and that's another reason why I wouldn't want a shit ton of subs. Because all of a sudden the comments get too many, and it's so. And if you're putting up videos of fucking. Because if I had fucking 100,000 subs, I'd still be putting up videos every day, or close to every day. The problem is that there'd be a lot more comments, and it's hard. I can understand. Not relate, but I can understand, I should say. People have a shit ton of subs. You can't reply to all those comments. It's going to take you fucking 5 hours, and then if you have to make another video, if you only do one video a week, it's different, but you're still probably getting flows of comments on older videos. And it's almost, I understand, I guess, why people wouldn't respond to comments almost right out of the gate, because now you set that precedent. I've already said I'm going to reply to comments. Like, some of you have been responding in the comments for years. You've been watching my videos for years. But all of a sudden, I'm just going to stop replying to you like that. I wouldn't be able to do that. That's part of it. I mean, I guess I'm kind of lucky. I hate to say lucky in a way, but I don't get a massive amount of comments per video. So I'm able to kind of easily. I usually respond to my comments on the way back on the train. I'm like, perfect time. I'm sitting here for like 15, 16 minutes between Massapequa Park and Babylon. To do that, Sometimes from Babylon to Islip as well, if I'm feeling it. It's been a good run, I hope to ease back into some role plays and shit like that, but, it's kind of how it goes. I've always talked about a schedule and shit, but I can never stick to it. I'm kind of like, just do whatever pops in your head, But it's been fun, and I hope to do more certain things in the future, keep it varied, and start that gaming channel. I will do a pickup bit on this channel whenever I get my capture card and shit. And, go from there on that one. I'm actually excited about that channel to kind of focus video game shit on one channel while still putting some stuff on here, but mainly on there. We'll see how that pans out. But it's kind of ramble here for a little bit about, my kind of what's been happening over the 6 years and how I've grown and my, slow down. I started off slow, got better, It's very homegrown too, It's been very kind of just okay, this is someone who I follow. I still watch him occasionally. But his name's Luke Morse1. He does video game shit, and 50,000 subs. He still just points his camera at the TV and does a gameplay. It's so raw, and I just love that. I'm like, yes, it's great. And he ended up in 50,000 subs from people. If they like your shit and he comes across natural, you're gonna bring the subs regardless. Yeah, here's another 6. Here's another 6 or 10 years. We'll see. But anyway, thanks for checking us out.